We need some more country music to react to, so please drop some comments below. Today we're reacting to Reba's Fancy.
Look, only one with keys to the kingdom. You might try, but can't beat them. King. Rappers really need a new thesis. I'm here not get new leaders. Calling me king.
What's happening? Yeah, big bro, King Blitz checking in one time for the one time. Welcome back, kings and queens, to the kingdom. And if you're joining us for the first time, truly hope it's not your last, because you and I, we are the A&Rs. And that simply means that we decide what's hot and what's not. And today we have Reba McEntire, I believe that's how you say her last name. The name of the song is Fancy. We diving into that country thing, so I need y'all to let me know some suggestions below. Let's do this.
I just can't believe it. I mean, Fancy Ray Baker riding in my cab. It's some kind of weather we're having, ain't it, Fancy? I'll tell you what, I've seen every movie you've ever made, and my wife Louise, she's got every record you ever made. Fancy Ray Baker, my goodness. You know, I really didn't know you was from this area. But I'll tell you what, I think you are the most famous person ever come from these parts. So you just passing through, you're gonna stay for a while.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I said, are you just passing through, or you gonna stay for a while?
No, I'm just passing through.
Louise is not gonna believe this.
Like she had a flash of
Ray
memory.
Baker in my cab. You know, you might want me to wait. This ain't necessarily the best neighborhood.
No, I'll be a while.
Oh, well, that's no problem. I won't even keep the meter running.
Okay, thanks.
That's what's up. He that much of a fan. He like, look, man, like I'll wait it out too.
Fancy. Well, I remember it all very well. Looking back, it was the summer I turned 18. We lived in a one-room run-down shack on the outskirts of New Orleans. We didn't have money for food or rent, to say the least. We were hard-pressed. Then Mama spent every last penny we had to buy me a dancing dress. Well, Mama washed and combed and curled my hair, and she painted my eyes and lips. Then I stepped into a satin dancing dress that had a split from the side clean up to my hip. It was red velvet trimming and it fit me good. And standing back from the looking glass, there stood a woman where a half-grown kid had stood. She said, here's your one chance, Fancy, don't let me down.
Oh, wow.
She said, here's your one chance, Fancy, don't let me down. Mama died a little bit of perfume on my neck, then she kissed my cheek. And then I saw the tears welling up in her troubled eyes as she started to speak. She looked at a pitiful shack, and then she looked at me and took a ragged breath. She said, your paws runned off, and I'm real sick, and the baby's gonna starve to death. She handed me a heart-shaped locket that said, to thine own self be true. And I shivered as I watched a roach crawl across the toe of my high-heel shoe.
Wow.
It sounded like somebody else that was talking, asking, Mama, what do I do? She said, just be nice to the gentleman, Fancy, they'll be nice to you. She said, here's your one chance, Fancy, don't let me down. Here's your one chance, Fancy, don't let me down. Lord, forgive me for what I do, but if you won't have it, it's up to you. Now don't let me down, now your mama's gonna move you uptown.
Oh, wow. This is heartbreaking. So her mother, they was obviously poor. Father had left. And her mother felt that the only thing that was left to do at the time, the only option that she had, was to send her daughter off to sell her body. Wow, man. This is really, really unfortunate.
Let me down, now your mama's gonna move you uptown. Well, that was the last time I saw my ma, and I'd have left that rickety shack. The welfare people came and took the baby, mama died, and I ain't been back. Wow. But the wheels of fate started to turn, and for me there was no way out. It wasn't very long till I knew exactly what my mama been talking about. I knew what I had to do, and I made myself this be a lady someday, though I didn't know when or how. But I couldn't see spending the rest of my life with my head hung down in shame. You know, I might have been born just plain white trash, but Fancy was my name. She said, here's your one chance, Fancy, don't let me down. She said, here's your one chance, Fancy, don't let me down. Wasn't long after a benevolent man took me in off the streets. 1 week later, I was pouring his tea in a 5-room hotel suite. Yes, you were. I charmed a king, a congressman, and an occasional aristocrat. And then I got me a Georgia mansion in an elegant New York townhouse flat. And I ain't gonna
It's the grin for me. She said, look, I went ahead, I charmed a couple people. You know, I done got somebody to latch on to me. Now look at me, I'm in a mansion.
in an elegant New York townhouse flat. And I ain't gonna world, there's a lot of self-righteous hypocrites that call me bad and criticize mama for turning me out no matter how little we had. But though I ain't had to worry about nothing from now on 15 years, well, I can still hear the desperation in my poor mama's voice ringing in my ears. Here's your one chance, Fancy, don't let me down. Oh, here's your one chance, Fancy, don't let me down. Lord, forgive me for what I do, but if you won't have what it's up to you, now don't let me down, hon. Your mama's gonna move you uptown. Okay, mama, I understand.
Wow.
Well, I guess she did. Bye, Mama.
Man, Fancy Ray Baker. We just at home for Runaways. Wow, man. I ain't gonna lie, that almost choked me up. It almost got me. Seriously, because, you know, at the end, she was able to forgive her mother. And not just how to like blinding forgiveness, just like, oh, that's my mom, I'm gonna forgive her. She was able to grow up. And although the situation was detrimental, it's like, we can't judge nobody, man, if we're not in their shoes. And I know we can look at the situation just from a general standpoint, a context, and of course we could say, no, that's wrong. We can, as parents, we would never do that to our children. But this was a different time. This is not me excusing it. I'm just saying, she felt at the time that her only option was that. You know what I'm saying? And it's unfortunate that's what it had came to, but but she grew up and she put her daughter, yes, she did put her in a very dangerous position. She could have lost her life. I know. We know the cons of it all. We can spew them off. But man, for her to grow up and to be able to forgive her mother based off of being able to understand what forced her into those decisions. Man, that was deep. Thank y'all for coming to Kick It in the Kingdom. If it's your first time, truly hope it's not your last. You and I, we out of ANRs, and that means we decide was hot, I was not. And today, man, this was a heart jugular. If you made it to the end of this video, I truly hope you enjoyed it. And if you can smash that like button, man, you can take that support one more notch. As always, check on somebody. You never know what they're going through, and asking can literally change the course of their life.